Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to talk about UFC 295's main event of the evening. Heavyweight matchup, title fight on the line between Jon Jones, who's defending his heavyweight belt, versus Stipe Miocic. Both of these fighters, elder statesmen in the fight game. And you look at Stipe Miocic, he's been on the sidelines here after a loss to Francis Ngannou, where he had his lights put out and he was knocked out in brutal fashion. And he's coming back. Both of these fighters, I expect to be cashing some big checks with the end of their careers hanging in the balance. Jon Jones, still only 36 years of age. We've seen him sit on the sidelines also. One of a thing that irks me is to watch talent sit idle on the sidelines. And Jon Jones, he spent this time getting better. That's clear. And he obviously was one of, if not the greatest fighters of all time in the light heavyweight division. Coming in with a 27-1 overall record, folks have been fighting that one loss. They want to see an asterisk next to it. And you look at the reach in this fight. Jon Jones, despite spending most of his career at light heavyweight, comes in with a 4.5-inch reach advantage, and he is a significant favorite here. Jon Jones, 420, minus 420 at the betting window. And you watch Stipe Miocic, who you can't necessarily count him out from a cardio perspective, from a will to win perspective, but there has been damage that's been accumulating in recent fights. Not only the Ngannou fight, but you also watch the beginning of his fight against Daniel Cormier, the, I believe, second or bout that they had together, or third bout that they had together. Miocic was taking some serious damage early until he started spamming those body shots, and Cormier had no answer for that. In this spot, Jon Jones is an extremely cerebral fighter inside of the octagon. He's able to drown out all the noise, every distraction known to man outside of the octagon. He's able to drown that out and perform when the bright lights are shining on him. We've seen that happen so many times before. He's had USADA issues. He's had many other issues outside of the cage. And I know there's been a lot of stuff going on outside of the cage recently, but the key here is Jon Jones, when it comes to the rubber meeting the road, he is going to fight tooth and nail for your money. He does have great cardio. He has a wide variety of attacks against Cyril Gane. We saw last time out, Jon Jones was able to submit Gane in quick and easy fashion. And I believe that Gane was not mentally in that fight. He checked out very early. And here we're talking about a main event of the evening that's taking place in Madison Square Garden. The crowd will be at a roar. And this particular bout, I'm expecting Jon Jones to come out and work his magic once again. Miocic, we know he's spent a lot of his efforts, even as heavyweight champ, part-time firefighter, working, putting bread on the table, and he's a tremendous ambassador of the sport, Miocic. But I believe that at this stage in his career, 41 years of age, the layoff, the durability issues, we've seen Stefan Struve earlier in his career put him down in brutal fashion, and then we've seen Daniel Cormier put Stipe Miocic out, and the Ngannou matchup, man, that was the nail in the coffin for me watching him perform there. So Jon Jones, I know there's a minus 375 at one book hanging around out there, but if you look across the board, we see typically right now, a couple of weeks before fight time, Miocic is the plus 320 underdog at most books, and you have Jon Jones hovering around minus 420. But the pick is going to be Jon Jones. I think that he does get this done inside the distance, and this should solidify Jon Jones as the greatest fighter in the history of the sport. If you toss out the USADA suspensions and what have you. So there may be some asterisks there, and you look at his legacy. And I will say this about John Jones: I know that his will to win when he's inside of the octagon is unmatched. He's willing to go wherever he needs to. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And we've seen, as far as the USADA suspensions go in the past, that he has been willing to do whatever it takes to earn a victory. And coming up short, Daniel Cormier coming up short against John Jones, that there were questions answered in those fights, and you saw the head kick of John Jones land on Daniel Cormier. That was something that I didn't necessarily expect. And also, Jones, his gas tank, it can match, and probably at this stage in Miocic's career can perform better. In my eyes, Jones has the better gas tank here. So I'm going to be picking John Jones to win, and I believe that he's going to have that heavyweight belt strapped around his waist for as long as he sticks around in the fight game. I know all good things eventually come to an end, but at this stage in their respective careers, I think John Jones has some shelf life left on him. And also the move to heavyweight, now that he's able to fill out his frame. Also, look at the weight of these fighters. You have last time out, John Jones in his heavyweight debut came in at 248 pounds. And you saw Miocic, who was looking to stick and move and be the much quicker fighter against Ngannou. He came in at 234 pounds for his matchup. So I would pay attention to the scales here and see. I'd be interested in to see which fighter comes in heavier for this matchup, because both of these fighters could potentially add additional weight. But I believe that John Jones is the rightful favorite here, and that he will walk away victorious. We've got a couple of weeks until fight night, so I'm putting this video out early, and I thank everybody for subscribing to the channel and taking the time to view this video. And we'll be putting out many, many more in the days and weeks to come. So appreciate you. So the pick's going to be John Jones, and I believe that he does get this done inside the distance. I think we're going to see a TKO victory. I know that the submission's on the table, but I believe that Jones is going to knock Miocic out, probably ground and pound late. Let's say early round 3. That's going to be the prediction. John Jones TKO. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy all that is UFC 295. Thanks again.